Hola amigos, soy Ranju Dey de Canal Unique Spanish Class. Dear friends, in this video of today, I am going to teach universal passive voice of Spanish sentence. Universal passive voice of Spanish grammar is very important for all of us to know because using universal passive voice, we can speak fluently, we can write fluently, and more importantly, this kind of sentence, I mean the sentence in universal passive voice, very often occurs in our speech, in our discussion. So, why shouldn't you know? So, let's learn without wasting time. In the universal passive voice, there is no particular indication of any particular person who does the action indicated by verb. It can indicate the sense like the action is done by you, by me, by us, by them, by him, by her, like this, because it is not restricted to the sense of the agent, to the sense of who does the action. The action is universally done. Okay, so it is very easy, and using this kind of sentence with universal passive voice in Spanish grammar, it is easy. It is something that helps us to speak fluently, write fluently. Okay, now we have to know how it is framed in Spanish language. So, one thing you have to keep in mind, in the case of universal passive voice in Spanish, we have to use se plus el, ella, usted form of verb when the subject that is universally shown is third person singular number in grammatical form and assess that. But if the subject to the verb in the universal passive voice is plural, then the structure will be se plus ellos, ellas, ustedes form of verb. So according to tense, it will change, but the structure will be same. For example, if we say Spanish has been spoken today in the class, Español se ha hablado en la clase hoy. Spanish was spoken in America. Español se hablaba en America. Spanish and English were spoken in America. Español e inglés se hablaban en America. So now I think this example has helped you already. According to the change in the tense, the verb will be conjugated differently, but verb will always be conjugated in el, ella, usted form when the subject universally spoken about is singular, and se plus el, ella, ellos, ellas, ustedes form of verb when the universal subject is in plural number. So this is super interesting. You can make many sentences, huge speech based on this formula, and it is easy. Why? Because when you make sentence, speak following universal passive voice, you don't have to think about a lot of conjugation of the verbs. Only two conjugations of verb are necessary, are used. One is el, ella, usted form of verb when the universal subject is singular, and ellos, ellas, ustedes forman verb when the universal subject is plural. Super easy. ¿Me lo entiendes? Creo que sí. Vale. So, eso es para ahora. Eso es para hoy. Muchas gracias por ver este video conmigo hasta ahora. Nos vemos.